morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is English Bulletin with me, Yutsa Bhadrai. The headlines first. 4 people recover from coronavirus in Nepal, 27 still undergoing treatment. 28 NRNs reported dead due to coronavirus, more than 1,000 Nepalese infected by the disease worldwide. Muslim Commission dismisses rumours targeting the minority group, rejects their involvement in spreading coronavirus. India yet to lift flight restrictions, coronavirus infections jump over 15,000 cases. And a Chinese Super League team returns home to Wuhan, spends 104 days abroad due to coronavirus. And now, the news in detail. 4 people infected with coronavirus in Nepal have returned home after complete recovery. The Ministry of Health and Population made such announcement during a regular press briefing in the capital yesterday. An 85-year-old woman was discharged from Dhaulagiri Hospital in Baglung on Saturday after she tested negative for the virus in the latest test. On the same day, a 19-year-old girl was also released from Teku-based Shukraraj Tropical and Infectious Disease Hospital after recovery. Likewise, doctors yesterday discharged a 21-year-old youth from Sethi Provincial Hospital in Dhangari after his 2 recent tests showed negative report. Meanwhile, a Nepali student who was infected in January was the first person to recover from the disease in Nepal.
COVID-19 को लागि धौलागिरी अस्पताल बागलुङमा उपचारमा रहेकी 65 वर्षीय महिलाको जुन हिजो नेगेटिभ रिपोर्ट आए पश्चात हिजो साँझ अस्पतालबाट डिस्चार्ज हुनुभएको छ। त्यसैगरी आज सेती अस्पतालमा उपचारको क्रममा रहनुभएका 21 वर्षीय पुरुषको पनि PCR विधिबाट नेगेटिभ आए पश्चात अहिले डिस्चार्ज हुनुहुँदैछ।
So far, 31 people have tested positive for the disease in Nepal. 27 of them are still undergoing treatment in various hospitals across the country. According to the Health Ministry, government authorities have already tested 8,081 samples through PCR method. Likewise, the number of samples tested through the rapid diagnostic test has reached 21,486. Authorities conducted 2,168 tests in the latest 2 days alone.
हालसम्म जम्मा PCR विधिबाट भएका परीक्षणको संख्या 8,081 छ। त्यसैगरी र्यापिड डायग्नोस्टिक टेस्टबाट भएको परीक्षणको संख्या 21,486 छ। यसरी कुल परीक्षणको संख्या हालसम्म 29,567 रहेको छ। गत 24 घण्टामा नयाँ परीक्षणहरू 2,168 वटा भएका छन्।
Currently, 5,180 persons have been kept in quarantine at different areas of the country. Likewise, 103 persons have been kept in isolation wards. The number of non-residential Nepalese killed by coronavirus across the globe has reached 28. A high-level committee headed by NRNA Chairman Kumar Panta confirmed that 28 people of Nepalese origin have fallen victim to the deadly disease. According to the data collected by the committee, a total of 17 NRNs have died in the UK, while the number of Nepalese victims in the US has reached 8. Likewise, 2 NRNs have perished in the UAE and 1 in Ireland, according to the committee report. According to the committee, a total of 1,086 NRNs have been infected with the virus outside Nepal. Statistics prepared by a group of doctors associated with the NRNA has revealed that Nepalese have been affected by coronavirus in 21 different countries. Around 700 Nepalese living in the US have contracted the disease, while the number of infected persons of Nepali origin has reached 200 in the UK. Likewise, 22 Nepalese each in Ireland and Portugal are suffering from the deadly disease, while the number of infected Nepalese in Kuwait is 21. There are 11 Nepalese in Australia infected with coronavirus, while Spain has 10 Nepalese, Switzerland 5, Germany and Belgium and Saudi Arabia 4, each followed by 3 infected persons each in Canada and Malaysia. Similarly, 2 Nepalese have been infected in Malta, while France, Japan, Myanmar and Hong Kong each have 1 infected Nepali, the NRNA confirmed. The National Muslim Commission has dismissed rumours about foreign Muslims secretly taking refuge at Nepal's mosques and madrasas for spreading coronavirus. A meeting held at the Commission's office yesterday concluded that no jihadist Muslims have been hiding in any of Nepal's mosques and madrasas. Some anti-national forces eager to disturb the religious harmony in Nepal have spread such rumours via social media, said Samim Mia Ansari, chairman of the National Muslim Commission. Ansari said that the Commission had previously provided the details of the Muslims at all the mosques within the nation to the Ministry of Home Affairs as well as each concerned district administration office. Samim Mia Ansari also requested the citizens to abide by the lockdown.
सरकारले यति गम्भीर भएर जुन क्रमश रूपमा के रे यो लकडाउनको अवधि बढाउँदै गइरहेछ यो कुनै के रे खुसीले हैन जनतालाई सुरक्षाको निमित्त देशलाई बचाउनको लागि देशवासीलाई बचाउनको लागि यो बेलामा हामी सबै आम नागरिकलाई र सबै मिलेर यसको चाहिँ पूर्ण रूपमा पालना गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ.
Yesterday's discussion at the Commission has also decided to form a committee to inspect mosques and madrasas in all districts. The Muslim community has been an easy target on social media for allegedly conspiring to spread the coronavirus in Nepal after 12 members of the sect sheltered at the various mosques in Udaipur and Parsa districts tested positive for coronavirus on Saturday. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. After the break, we continue with other national news. Janata Broadcasting Publication Limited has purchased insurance policy worth 1.5 million rupees for its employees deployed in the front line reporting against coronavirus. The staffers and the employees of the media house have been availed with an insurance scheme worth 1.5 million rupees for ensuring that their safety as they continue to work in the forefront during the COVID-19 crisis. The management committee of the Janata Broadcasting and Publication Limited decided to cover insurance of Janata press staff who
यस्तो अवस्थामा अनि कम्पनीले हाम्रो कर्मचारीहरूको मनोबल बढाउनको लागि सञ्चारकर्मीहरूको मनोबल बढाउनको लागि यसमा कार्यरत कर्मचारीहरूको 15 लाखको यो कोरोना बीमा गर्ने चाहिँ निर्णय गरेको छ.
The press staff have been constantly working to collect news and disseminate them to the public. The staffers have been assured of insurance against coronavirus in order to encourage them to work amidst the
र सम्बन्धित विभाग कम्पनीहरुसँग चाहिँ अनि आफ्नो प्रक्रिया अगाडि बढाइसकेको छ.
The staffers have been assured of insurance against coronavirus in order to encourage them to work amidst the ongoing crisis, considering the right to information to be of utmost importance. The management committee informed all the necessary procedures have already been initiated to purchase the insurance policy in the name of Janata staffers, the committee further informed. Kathmandu Metropolitan City has started the rapid diagnostic test of all the people who have arrived recently in Nepal from abroad. All Nepali nationals who had arrived from foreign countries and living in the metropolis will be tested for the coronavirus. The metropolis informed that they performed a test of all Nepali nationals living in ward number 12, 13 and 14 yesterday. The fear that has spread among the people about the coronavirus carriers being the people who have recently returned home from abroad will be curbed to some extent with the approach, said Vidya Sundar Shakya, mayor of Kathmandu Metropolis.
काठमाडौँ महानगरपालिकाको क्षेत्रभित्र बसोबास गर्ने व्यक्तिहरूको यो आरडीटी परीक्षण हामीले सुरु गरेका छौं र यसले जो विदेशबाट आएका छन् त्यो सम्बन्धित व्यक्तिको बारेमा पनि जानकारी हुने र अहिले एउटा डर त्रास पनि फैलिरहेको छ। सबैले विदेशबाट आएको भन्दा त्यसलाई हेर्ने दृष्टिकोण अर्कै भइरहेको हुनाले उहाँहरूले आफैले टेस्ट गरेर म पनि ठिक छु र मेरो कारणले अरूलाई पनि बेठिक हुन दिन्न भन्नेदेखि विशुद्ध बनाउन सक्ने हुनाले सम्पूर्ण आदरणीय दाजुभाइ दिदीबहिनीहरू जो विदेशबाट आएर अहिले काठमाडौँ महानगरपालिका क्षेत्रमा बसोबास भइरहेको छ उहाँहरूले यो टेस्ट गराएर सहयोग गर्न अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु।
Testing was also performed in ward number 26 and ward number 16 a day earlier. And now, the news from Economic Front. The Insurance Board has officially released an insurance policy specific to the coronavirus. The chairman of the Insurance Board, Chiranjeevi Chapagai, inaugurated the new policy by purchasing the first policy for himself. Chairman Chapagai said the coronavirus insurance policy was brought into use to make sure that those who need financial help because of the infection from the virus will have the opportunity to do so. Although the government has said it will bear the cost of health-related expenses of the patients, the new policy was bought to help the infected person financially, informed Chapagai. Since there will be no need of medical clearance or financial underwriting, one can buy the policy online. People without the access to the internet will still be able to buy the policy through mobile insurances agents and insurance companies. The policy will allow the person to claim the insurance starting from 15 days after the date of purchase till 1 year if the person is tested positive from the PCR test. Although the government had claimed essential services will not be disrupted during the lockdown, the government has not allowed grocery stores to operate full-time. Grocery and retail shops are allowed to open only a few hours in the morning and evening. However, Bhatpatini supermarket has been running the whole day from 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. All the businesses have come to a standstill due to the lockdown imposed by the government to control the spread of coronavirus, while stores selling essential goods are allowed to operate only a few hours a day. However, Bhatpatini supermarket has opened full-time since Friday by maintaining physical distance of the customers. According to the departmental store, it allows only 10 persons inside after checking the temperature with thermal gun and providing sanitizer to them. Around 200 customers have been visiting different branches of Bhatpatini on a daily basis. The supermarket has opened its branches at Kolanki, Maharajganj, Koteshwar, Tangal, Bhaktapur and Pulchok. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. India has not yet taken a decision on when to lift or ease restrictions on domestic and international flights, Reuters reported. According to the news agency, a government minister has urged airlines to take travel bookings only after a final decision is made. The government announced a halt to domestic flights on March 23rd. It ordered commercial airlines to shut down domestic operations on top of an existing ban on international flights to try and contain the spread of the coronavirus. India's Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri said in a recent tweet that the ministry has so far taken no decision to open domestic or international flights. About 144 million people travelled on domestic flights last year. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced a 21 days national lockdown in late March to contain the spread of virus outbreak. The lockdown has been extended until May 3rd at least. India has announced a roadmap to restart some industrial activity after April 20 in locations that are not coronavirus hotspots to try revive the economy. India has reported over 15,000 COVID-19 cases and more than 500 deaths according to data from the Indian government. A gunman in Canadian province of Nova Scotia killed at least 13 people, including a policewoman, during a 12-hour rampage, Reuters reported yesterday. According to the news agency, it was the worst act of mass murder in the country in more than 30 years. The Canadian police said the gunman, a 51-year-old Gabriel Wortman, who worked as a denturist, appeared at one stage to have been wearing part of a police uniform. He had also painstakingly disguised his car to look like a police cruiser. Wortman shot people in several locations across the Atlantic province, police told a briefing, saying the death toll was more than 10. Brenda Lucht, who heads the police force, later told the Canadian Broadcasting Corp that Wortman killed at least 13 people. Police added they had ended the threat posed by Wortman, but did not confirm that they shot him dead. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Chinese Super League team Wuhan Zal made an emotional homecoming after being unable to return for 3 months because of the coronavirus pandemic. Players had initially stayed at their winter training camp in Spain when the virus peaked in Wuhan in January, BBC reported. After a prolonged transit in Germany, they landed in Shenzhen on 16 March and underwent a 3 weeks quarantine. According to BBC, fans dressed in the team's orange colours sang and gave the players flowers as they arrived home for the first time in 104 days. The team had first left Wuhan in early January to start preparing for the Super League season. BBC has quoted coach Jose Gonzalez as he told Spanish media at the time that the players are not walking viruses, they're athletes, and asked for them not to be demonized. The Chinese Super League was set to begin on 22nd February, but it has been postponed until further notice. The players of AS Roma in Italian Serie A have volunteered to forego 4 months of their salary to help the club fight against COVID-19 pandemic. Guido Fianga, Roma's chief executive, has reportedly praised his players' courtesies as a superb gesture, BBC reported. As per AS Roma's website, the club's players, first-team coach Paolo Fonseca and his staff have volunteered to forego 4 months' salary this season to help the club navigate the economic crisis that has engulfed the world of football since the coronavirus outbreak. Roma have not played since 1st March, just days before the Serie A season was postponed. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. 4 people recover from coronavirus in Nepal, 27 still undergoing treatment. 28 NRNs have lost their lives due to coronavirus, more than 1,000 Nepalese infected by the disease worldwide. Muslim Commission dismisses rumors regarding the minority group, rejects their involvement in spreading coronavirus. India yet to lift flight restrictions, coronavirus infection jumps over 15,000 cases. And a Chinese Super League team returns home to Wuhan, spends 104 days abroad due to coronavirus. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website at janatasamachar.com. We urge all our viewers to follow government directives of the lockdown and follow healthy hygienic practices to keep safe from any infection. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.